Okay. Says I'm live. Is it showing? If I go over here. Yep. I see it. I see it. Okay. Boo. Do. Do. Boom. Okay. Okay. Hello. Welcome back to Pokemon X. Is there someone in ANISTAR we could... She's the memory girl. There was someone who gives us something every day. Or, you know, it's different times of day. Was it in this house? No, that's the clothing store. This is the house. I could have sworn there was someone here who gives you something based on the time of day you talk to them, and I can't remember what house that was anymore. Like, I mean, we already talked to them at this time of day, so it's probable that I won't be able to get anything. Nope. Not where I was trying to go. I don't remember where it was. Anyways, I'm gonna go do a little bit of leveling. Oh, this is the Mammothman Road. Oops. Oh no, I have to go to Mammothman Road. I'm figuring it out, right? Because it's just down from here. No, no, never mind. It's not. Okay, where was I training? Why am I incapable of remembering this? It was only a week ago. Was it? Oh, it was south from... Okay, it was from Dandemel. That's why. Hello, hello? Here, let me put this to... Okay. And then I think I go out the exit here and then south. And that was where I was training. Right? Yeah, okay, there it is. See, maybe I shouldn't have gone to ANISTAR and confused myself, because I literally remember at the end of the stream I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to ANISTAR. That'll make it easier. Oh, here I am. Did not make it easier. So, I know I mentioned this last stream. My goal is to get my team to lowest level of 40 before this gym. So I'm just tussling with these Rotoms and whatnot. So if you weren't here last stream or don't remember, uranium is very bulky. Offenses are pretty much even. Defenses lean physical. But HP is also high, so. Oh. And they're dead. I might go back down to the lower area, because the flower spawns I know had like Togekiss. They had the Sharpedo, which did not help me the last time, but yeah, there's a few other interesting spawns down there. what would it be IRL? Well, if it's an app in there, I'd imagine some sort of an app, you know, if it's app based. Now how it would work, I have no clue. Ooh, new berry. Can pick up. New one dropped. Oop. Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, this is where I was going. Oh, interesting. I forgot there were horsey here, and I forget what they have, but I'm just going to use Poison Jab. Okay, well that's not good for either of us, you know, so it's actually, it's worse for you, horsey. Okay, so its defenses seem about even. Okay. It's a little bit of an annoying thing to fight for something that's not going to give me as much experience as the more interesting things to fight here, like Vulpix. The thing I definitely came here for. Okay. A horde battle. Oh my god, there's hordes of Rotom here. That's awesome. It's actually awesome that there's a horde of Rotom. And you can find Rotom washes elsewhere. Like, they've possessed the washing machines of the abandoned buildings near where the tall grass is. And then the ones in the flowers don't have their... Oh, that's just awesome. What a sick discovery. I do have Surf. So I might switch to Garnet just so that I can use Surf, because if they use electric moves, they're neutral on me, at least. And Garnet's not easy to kill, necessarily, so. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. That was a very interesting turn. Wait, Synchro Noise hits them. It doesn't help me, it's just interesting, okay. I didn't realize Synchro Noise hit everything that shares a type with you. That one really likes using Amnesia. Interesting. If I had to guess, I mean, at the most basic level, it probably wouldn't. But considering that the origin point seems to be aliens, I feel like hypothetically with more advanced technology, yeah, you could really do just about whatever. I don't need block. Because the biggest thing is, you know, you'd obviously need something that you could actually interact with from an app. So, like, you know, you need, like, a smart device that you would be controlling or something like that, rather than, Like, you couldn't just have anything. And then you would need to be controlling from another device that's like has, you know, communications enabled. So obviously, like a phone to a phone, you could hypothetically make something that you could use to sort of inject like another program onto someone else's phone, and then you could use something like that to basically you know, bring it to life, so to speak, if you had a sufficiently advanced AI that could run either natively on the device or remotely and through the internet run on a device. It's like kind of the closest parallel I can think of in the modern day. I forgot this thing has a hydro cannon. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna roost here while they recharge. And we're gonna roost again. I mean, there's not really any way you could make a program that could interact with those if they don't have a way to be interacted with through that medium. So, like, if you know, like, there's kind of like the joke that came up from like Overwatch people, like, oh well, Sombra says anything can be hacked, because like there's characters who are like entirely organic, who have like abilities disabled that are entirely organic. Like, man, I hate when I get hacked and now I can't grab a different arrow, or I hate when I get hacked and I can no longer, like, it's an example of one that's entirely physically driven, because there's a lot of like technologically enhanced characters in it too. But like those types of things where it's like, I hate when I get hacked and like I can't do insert completely human function. And it's like, you know, obviously in real life, no one could hack through an entirely digital means something that's entirely natural without any digital elements to it. So like, you know, I couldn't get, like, my body has no smart components. You know, I can't be hacked by someone. But if they were to implant into me something that could, maybe to like a certain degree, like, so, you know, like if you were to get like a Neuralink, like the you know, Elon Musk brain chip that you can, that's, you know, get experimentally, sure, someone could hack that. Or if I had like a pacemaker, someone could hack that. But like, you could hypothetically, we don't have the tech to do like something like a hologram at like a full large scale. Hypothetically, if something was generated holographically, you could do that. You wouldn't be able to give it mass. Why do you have that? Why do you have that, horsey? You know, you can't give it mass. You can give it texture, oddly enough. That's a thing that I've heard. Like, you can, there's a type of holographic technology that, you know, this is now like quite old at this point, that was called, like, specifically they're femtosecond laser holograms, which are holograms made with a laser that pulses at basically, like, it effectively creates a frame rate that's measured in femtoseconds, which are, I think, the nanoseconds to nanoseconds, like hyper fast frame rate, basically, or something to that effect. And when a hologram is made with that, because it's made with a really high-powered laser, it's not enough to injure you to touch it. Like it moves too quickly, like it wouldn't hurt you, because it's basically vector graphics at that point. But if you were to touch it, you can feel it, because it is interacting with your skin, you know, and you know it's heating the air there. And from what I've heard, that feels almost sandpapery or something like that. Like like there is a texture to it. Like if you were to like rub against it, there's like a grit. And it's not that that the hologram itself is physical, but it's the way it's interacting with the air molecules and then interacting with you and your hand, creates almost it creates the sensation of, you know, sandpaper or something gritty, even though there isn't anything that's actually gritty. It's almost an illusion, but not really an illusion. Oh, hello, skip blooms. I don't have anything that hits all of these. Yeah. Well, I don't have anything that's like useful that hits all of these, and Garnet could be slightly risky just in case they have stab. So I guess I'm just gonna start killing. Hypothetically, if you were to, like, you could. This is a thing that I thought of when I was in high school. Is like, how would, you know, like force fields work IRL? Like if you wanted to make like a projected barrier out of nothing but air, the most I could think of was like really strong magnetic fields that are strong enough to like force molecules in the air together. But that's not really like a thing that we really could do in like a realistic capacity, because like air is so non-dense, you know, like you could compress the air in like this entire room that I'm in, you know, you could compress it into like a box that's like this big, and it would never feel solid or have mass that was significant enough to like resist like touch, you know? It would just be like really pressurized air. See, and that is something we just can't do right now. That's a ways off. Like, we have things that feel kind of like that, but if you want them to like actually be sentient, sapient things, it becomes a lot harder. You effectively need to replicate a human brain, you know, to do that, and to, or I guess really sort of emulate. And neural networks get close to that concept, but here's a crazy fact about it. So you think of like a high-powered neural network. Most of them have hundreds, maybe thousands of nodes, and like each node is like a computer in that network that is like running in conjunction to like process certain things. Each of those networks is smaller than like a 1 millimeter cube of brain, like as far as like cells go, because there's just so many. Like our brains have so many neurons, so many. It is like an unfathomable number of neurons, and each of those neurons is kind of like an on or off bit in like a CPU, but more complex because they also have neurotransmitters. They also have, connections to different things. So in the end, what we end up doing when we make neural networks is instead of having like a single like microchip that is full of neurons, a computer has to be a neuron, one whole computer, or a series of things on a like server base or something like that. Like the nodes end up having to be more complex than you would think, even though neurons effectively aren't that different conceptually from like, my brain has cells, they turn on and off, and a computer has, these tiny switches that are electrically powered, and those turn on and off. But the brain is more than ones and zeros, so you need like more power, currently at least, to replicate that. Jesus. Okay, we are switching. I didn't think a Bonslight would have hands. I mean, it's hard to imagine with modern technology. I can't really say, but with hypothetical, like say we get to a point where we can get an artificial brain built, like that's something we can make at a realistic human scale, and something that we can then power as well at a realistic human scale. Like maybe it would look like something that would be effectively like an app that uploads AIs to pre-built like robotic bodies, basically. Don't die. Yes. Okay. I thought I would outspeed. I did not. But we survive and we roost. That could have been very bad. That could have been a very bad turn. It's fine. Not necessarily, because there's no way that we at least physically know how to make a hologram that would actually have mass. Like, if we were to figure out hard light technology, which I highly doubt we ever would, because conceptually it's built on something that sounds nearly impossible, which, like, you can convert matter into energy, but it's a lot harder to convert energy into matter. Oh, it's Wonder Guard. Okay. Who do I have that has anything that can hit this? Marble. Yeah, that's it. I always forget that this thing has Wonder Guard. Wonder Guard on Druddigan is honestly kind of sick, because it can only be hurt by dragon or fairy moves. Like, I think realistically the closest parallel would be something that kind of functions more like how iPhones have like airdrops that you can do, where like you can just upload an image to everyone else in your vicinity's devices. It would have to be something that functions like that, but that effectively uploads the programs for effectively a brain. How we would get technology that could sustain a fake brain, that is something beyond me. We would probably, at that point, we would have to have like nuclear fusion reactors that are actually efficient and stable. In a significant number of them to power even one of those like humanoids. Because like at our current technological ability, that's just a lot of power. Current generative AI is a lot of power on its own, and that's just because the internet takes a lot of power. Because that's the thing is, a lot of people don't fully know how heavy the internet is. It's heavy. It is a lot of electricity goes to just running the internet. To watch this stream that you are watching right now at 1080p, 60 FPS, if you watched it at, I'm pretty sure my video would be something on the magnitude of like 60 to like 200. I can't remember exactly, but it's somewhere in the like middle up to upper tens or the lower hundreds. That's what I remember of my vague mathing on this that I tried. Bitcoin transactions, and Bitcoin transactions were very heavy. Like as far as like energy goes, that was like one of the number one criticisms of like cryptocurrency in general, is just how intensive on the grid a single transaction ends up being. And that's just because it's on the internet. And the transactions are an inefficient process on the internet. So like if you were to like watch my stream in its entirety at 1080p 60, it's a lot of transactions that are it's equivalent to a lot of transactions, and those transactions are already something that a lot of people felt was significantly higher than it should be. And that's just watching a YouTube video, you know, that's so minimal compared to like what you would need to be able to like upload or maintain like a neural network. You know, like things like ChatGPT that are built on neural networks are built on these server spaces that are massive. Like, I mean, like facilities that are like 80% servers just to run one program in thousands of instances, granted, but run one program off of one algorithm. It is such an intensive thing. So like we would have to reach a point where we as like humanity can sufficiently power that, and also have, you know, something that at this point takes up a facility fit into a space like maybe this big, you know, like a brain, which we've done. We have done that before, like the old supercomputers that like places like NASA would have used, like these massive facilities where it's like a room, a huge room, and that contains one computer, and that one computer is weaker than like my phone. So like we have scaled down technology on orders of magnitude before, but there is a slowing that kind of occurs because like I forget what whose law it is, but there's like someone's law for it where like you can, as you make devices smaller and smaller, you kind of hit like a minimum size point eventually, and that's kind of the biggest hurdle we'd have to overcome is, can we even make something that small? It's like maybe we can, but what if we can't? Yeah. If you were to make anthropomorphic versions of objects with like faces and limbs and stuff, I feel like they'd look really weird. I think that's definitely something that would that kind of affects anything cartoony. Like, there were a lot of people who didn't really care for the designs in the Detective Pikachu movie because, you know, they're so close to what the Pokemon look like, but because they're realistic, it's kind of creepy. Like, Lickitung doesn't look cute. Like, it kind of looks cute, but in like a really ugly way. Like, not in a way where you look at him and you're like, oh, that's just a goofy guy. You look at him and you're like, what are you? Like, it really makes it clear, like, they are monsters at the end of the day. You know, there is a mon in Pokemon. And I feel like the same thing would kind of be the case with, like, object show style characters, where it's like, yeah, this is a ball with a face, but unless that face is a cartoony little face that's just, like, stuck on, you know, kind of in the art style, making a thing that's just a basketball with eyes and a mouth and limbs that has feelings, it's a little bit more not scary, but like, I don't know, like, kind of jarring. Like, it's a weird thing, you know, that your brain is not used to seeing, and so like it would kind of end up in this. I don't know that it would fall into an uncanny valley, but it would be a weird thing, for sure. Like, they wouldn't really like be cute, I would think, in most cases. I'm sure that there might be some that could, but like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, you know, I have like a coconut here, like a half of a coconut, and if this thing was just walking around with a little wooden face with these little eyes staring out, and it had emotions, I feel like it would, I don't know, it wouldn't be cute, because it wouldn't be like cartoony and friendly and stuff, you know. It's dusting my coconut. Also, if you're wondering why I have half of a coconut shell on my desk, it was for Foley work. I stole them from my mother. These are not the same coconut. These are two separate coconuts. But they, she had them to like kind of like make galloping noises like Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail style. But I used it so that I could like make like kind of noises for some like wooden mask fake one that I designed, or well, I didn't design, that my friend designed, and then I made the cries for using those kind of like clattery, chittery noises. That's why I have random coconuts on my desk. That is a lot tougher of one for me to imagine, because like, you know, something like a ball, you know, I know what balls are like structurally IRL, like, you know, like a volleyball has those like different like strips of fabric, or like a basketball has like that, you know, basketball pattern that we all like know, or like a soccer ball, you know, type thing. Like they have these very distinct forms, and we know like the material, but something like a number could be any material, you know, realistically, if you wanted to represent it. Like, would it be like similar to like a like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what do they make like those like lightsabers with at like Disney parks and stuff? Those like high quality replica lightsabers, like whatever those tubes are, where it's like this glossy clear. I don't know why I can't think of the word for it, because it's not glass. But like, if you were to have that, you know, like, because I could see that, because you could make it smooth and round. You know, it could be colorful, it could light up, there's all sorts of ways you could handle that type of a material. But like, they could also just as easily be not rounded, just like a flat, here's like the number cut into the shape and then extruded up, you know, or like you cut it out of like a rectangular block of foam but didn't round the edges at all or something, and then just, you know, there's limbs on that. Like, there's so many ways that could be presented. Goodbye. Whereas, like, you know, obviously something like I don't know, like a cup, you know, it would be a cup, You know, what kind of cup? I don't know. But a cup, for sure. Okay. Yeah, like it could literally kind of, yeah, like that kind of a system could work where like each one is different. Okay. Yeah, so like in that case, you know, just they'd really be those materials that then IRL. Okay, there we go. It's hard to say. I mean, you could pick, you know, materials that kind of correspond to their colors. But you could also just say that it's that material and that color type of a thing, you know? I hate these stockpiles. But this is somehow marginally less annoying than fighting the horsies. Okay, but what? Here, let me see. Because I'm running low on PP, so I'm gonna fly back to ANISTAR, and I'm gonna go back on that snowy path and just see what else spawns in the snow, see if there's anything interesting there. Oh, it was here. Okay. Yes, the Pokemon Center the whole time. Yeah, different time of day, so I can't get anything. Tragic. So I'm gonna check on the Mammothspine Road. Or they could also be the same material as the, like, you know, tens digit or something. Okay, so we got Nidoking here, level 40. These might be useful for training. We'll see. So, bro used Sandstorm. Still using Sandstorm. Does he only know Sandstorm? No, he has Slam. Okay. Interesting. This is a very slow way to get encounters, but they do give a decent amount of experience. Okay, and while I'm turning, I can get an encounter. Good to know. Wigglytuff. Ooh, nice. Wigglytuff probably gives a similar amount. No, 1064. A little lower. Ooh. Another Wigglytuff. Okay, so Wigglytuff might be the more common one. Granted, I'm going based on only a few encounters. But so that's like 1,000 experience pretty consistently, or more. Oh, I can walk backwards. I'm gonna go with the easy answer. If we want a power scale, I'm just gonna say One Punch Man. I feel like he solos everything. It's kind of his. That's his gimmick, is that he solos everything. Alright. Yeah, this thing is just so bulky. That defense is insane. I forget when my next level up move is. Gen 6. Genesect. 40 is my next level up move. Okay. The name is familiar. I don't know where I have heard that name, though. Let me see. It doesn't look familiar, but the name is. So I don't know. I've definitely heard the name. It was a case of the internet has told me at some point. We're just going up and down. There we go. Wigglytuff. Yeah, Wigglytuff is definitely more common. There we go. Oh, hi, Pancham. I think this was my encounter on this route. It's gonna switch to Marble and nuke it. Back down. Back up. Oh, why am I getting so many Pancham now? You don't give much experience. Go away. I don't think I've heard of that. Gotcha. Poison job. Oh, interesting. It's a funny dynamic. Okay, Wigglytuff, I'm gonna start by healing and then I'm gonna kill it with Gear Grind. Roost. Alright, now we can Gear Grind. Interesting. I was gonna say, I was like, that's a pretty original one. That is not one I've seen someone do before. I turned around by accident. No, not yet. Alright. I've been busy this week. Oh, man. Gear Grind. Yeah. Uranium is level 38. You know, I'm actually going to break 200 by level 40. Like, hit 200 hit points, which is crazy. What if I doubt he'll surprise me? Oh my god, magnitude 9. I'm going to use Roost this turn. Yeah, I feel like... Yeah. I feel like they would get into an infinitely long chain of preparation versus surprise. Gets poison jabbed. How do they function? What's their vibe? Oh, finally another Wigglytuff. There we go. Great day to be uranium. Oh, and I missed. Okay day to be uranium. Gotcha. So, I mean, I guess if they were to be physical, I'd imagine little, you know, either small or, I guess really they could be any size, but like little like robot things. Are they metallic looking? Oh, bro's gear is shifted. And he's still shifting. And still shifting. Okay. So, I mean, if they were entirely digital, they could honestly really look basically the same. If they are, like, if they were to be made physically, I know that, but maybe like a little metallic. I feel like it's an easy enough design to just sort of realisticify. If that was a word. Oh, Wigglytuff, hello. I think once uranium's done, I know, or I'm pretty sure, rather, that Rotom takes less. I think this is just taking a little while because uranium is a mythical, so technically has a lot of health. Or not health, a lot of experience needed to level up. Okay, so Nidoking has more physical defense than special defense. Good to know. I guess plus 5 HP. Yep. I am going to return to town so that I could hop off and heal. Heal me, please. So this is part of why I was hoping I could get, actually I probably wouldn't have gotten enough to do it. I was gonna say, like, this is part of why I wanted to get more, affection onto my Genesect, but alas, I could not. Back up. Back down. Also, supposedly, unconfirmed, people have said this like almost every friggin' week or month, but supposedly there are rumblings that next week is when Nintendo announces the successor to the Nintendo Switch. The presumable Nintendo Switch 2. Poisoned. Oh, here we are. I feel like there's so much lore. Just it's always crazy how quickly like something with such a simple concept can end up having like mountains of lore. I think it's one of the fun things about like the internet in general. Because like I think of like Five Nights at Freddy's and how, you know, the first game had like, you know, it had lore. And then every game after, there's just like, there's so much lore now. And it's like, I feel like that slowly builds with really anything online, but it's just, it's funny how, you know, these things that usually they start from a really simple concept, and then it just explodes into this mountain that people could literally spend like months just reading all of the lore on. Nido King. Wait, why am I at 2? Oh! I got some HP EVs from the Wigglytuffs, because I'm at 200 health now. Wow, that is like the first time I've just noticed effort values cause an uptick in a stat. That's funny. Honestly, probably a lot like a Trojan horse virus. Trojans tend to they typically like a true Trojan horse, like they have to be invited. They come attached to like other downloads from the internet, basically, where, you know, someone who's less than legit with their, you know, practices online, say has a version of a game that you wanted and you were like gonna go pirate it, and then you go to download that, and attached to that is the secret virus that will then bury itself deep into your computer's file systems, and then, you know, it becomes a lot harder to remove, and that's why like antivirus software has to update really frequently, is because basically every time a new virus is discovered, someone has to make it something that an antivirus can find. So, and then the antivirus will look deep in the file systems to find those. Okay. Well, it still would function similarly, because Trojans bury themselves very deep. Like, some viruses would literally be like, if you got it, it would literally just like sit effectively where, like, in whatever cache it was pulled from. The reason Trojans can get deeper is typically they're associated with things that like get installed or whatever. So like they'll work their way like very deep into your computer's file system, and then your antivirus software has to know exactly what it looks like so that it can find it and just remove it, you know, pluck it out from that file system. And the thing is, you can also get a Trojan that isn't directly harmful, that just sits there and then pulls other viruses onto a device. So that's like another way that can work. So I would say it could work in that kind of a way, where effectively it buries itself deep in a file system and then starts grabbing other viruses from a server it has direct connection to, basically, and then starts pulling it in. And then from there, like, you could just, it's easy to duplicate that copy or that file and just like slowly copy it. So I would say kind of similar, at least. Yeah. Ooh, Psyshock is my level 40 move. That's not a bad one. I did see that I could learn it. The real question is, do I want to get rid of any of the moves I currently have for it? Because I really like my moveset right now. Like, Dark Pulse is good. I have Gear Grind and Poison Jab to do physical damage, so having a special move that's just a special move works for me. So I'm probably not going to take Psyshock here. But considering we're in the 80s as far as move damage goes, We could have some strong moves coming up down the line there. Alright, but anyways, Uranium is now level 40, which means it's Garnet's turn to get the rest of the way leveled up. Look at this HP difference. 10 levels higher, and this thing here has 30 more health. In 10 more levels, Uranium is going to have like 250. That's just crazy to me. It's so much health. So do I have... Oh, Garnet doesn't have an item. I'm going to make this a little quicker. I'm going to give Garnet the lucky egg. Backing it up. Backing it up. Well, if they were to exist in real life, they'd be little abominations probably. But as far as like on a program, I maybe kind of similar to this was a thing that I don't know how popular it really got, but I know it was a thing that existed. Oh, they have Energy Ball. I'm gonna switch Garnet out here. Oh, it has dry skin. What? The Wigglytuff is wacky. So maybe this is not an ideal place for Garnet to train. I could switch to... I'll just switch to Uranium and take it out, as Uranium usually did. And then I'm gonna heal, and then I'm just gonna go somewhere else to train. Especially now that I have the Lucky Egg, that should make anywhere a little faster. Also, can I just say, something that I don't like in Pokemon fan games, because I've been just in spare time randomly playing like Poké-Rogue lately, I generally don't like when fan games change mechanics or change like learn sets that Pokemon have, or change stats that Pokemon have. Like, I'm not huge on that, just because, you know, I know how the Pokemon normally is. Making it different makes it harder for an existing fan to just fundamentally know what they're getting into. And, like, it's the same thing with, you know, like, move sets being changed. It's like, yeah, maybe this move does make a lot of sense. Maybe Pokemon will give it to that Pokemon later. But just... the fact that, like, I could go from this to Poké-Rogue and be like, what does this learn? Like, is a little jarring. I mean, I guess not this, because this is randomized, but, you know, from, like, raw Pokemon X to like, Poké-Rogue, and, like, have things learn different moves than they normally would, or have different stats than they normally would. And this isn't just Poké-Rogue, this is, like, fan games in general. I think the most egregious is changing types, though. Like, when people are like, oh, give Luxray the dark type, and then they just, like, give it a dark type for a fan game. It's like, I don't like when they do that, because it's just like, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's a Luxray, an electric type, and then it gets, like, stabbed from Crunch and, like, takes me out or something. It's like, I don't know, it makes it feels harder to kind of know how things are gonna go, which, like, I guess it appeals to some people, but for me, it's like, I feel like a lot of skill in Pokemon is knowledge based, so it makes it feel like instead of making it difficult, they decided to just make it different, because by making it different, that adds a specific brand of difficulty. Yeah. Sure. That's decent experience. But I don't know. I'm not usually when devs do that. I know Garnet is just shredding other Rotom to achieve levels at this point. Garnet is a monster. Oh, hey! Oh, Vulpix. Whee! At least with the Lucky Egg, I'm getting like 430 off those instead of like 300. Maybe in a... So if you were to look at our universe and you were to like kind of conceptualize it as like 4-dimensional with time being a dimension, and then you wanted to look at a 3-dimensional universe where life is 2D but time is the 3rd dimension, hypothetically in that scenario, yeah, like that, I think that would that would be how they would look. There was a I forget what was it, Star Trek Voyager. I think there was a Star Trek thing. Where there was an episode where the crew wound up traveling through a 2D universe, and they were in 3D, not like they weren't in it, but they were outwards in the 3rd dimension, going over a 2D universe, just looking down on a like 2D life, like a 2D society, pretty much. That was a very, very cool little plot thing. Oh, that Tukos. And in that case, they looked more like lines. Is that... If I get hit by 3, I'm not going to stick around. I'm going to switch, but... I think I can take out at least 2 with Surf this turn. Oh, I took out 3. But hypothetically, I think, yeah, if things were more structured, there's no reason they wouldn't form sort of shapes that we would normally like associate with like geometric shapes and whatnot. Woo! I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna switch to uranium. I don't think so. Oh, and real quick, before I forget, the reason I was complaining about when fan games changed mechanics is there was a specific mechanic that Pokerogue changed. If you use a rare candy and a Pokemon levels up while it's fainted, and normal Pokemon, that will heal it by the amount of HP it gained from leveling up. So in most cases, a Pokemon will be revived at 1 HP or more, simply by leveling up. But in Pokerogue, that does not revive a Pokemon to get a rare candy. And I think that is not cool. I think they should have done it more like how it functions in the games. Because, oops, I think that just makes sense to me. Oh, we got a horde. Rotom? Nope, skip them. One. Two. Okay. I still got hit by two. Alright. I don't know that any of these ones go down. One more surf, but 2 more surfs, yes. Oh, took out 3 again. I like to imagine when this thing uses Synchronoise, it's just like when a washing machine like plays the little like all done jingle. Oh, interesting. Why'd you make it hail? That doesn't help either of us. And that hurts you more than it hurts me because you don't have as much health. We are 1 fight away. If I get a Vulpix, that's ideal. We did not. That's okay. Huzzah. Alright. I think we have Marble is the lead. Alright, I'm going to fly back to ANISTAR, and we are actually able to do the gym today. Yeah, it literally took like an hour to get Genesect up to speed. And then it took 20 minutes. 20 minutes for Rotom to get wrapped up. And granted, I was getting 50% more experience. So let's say it would have taken 50% longer. It would have been 30. Like, just because Rotom is a faster level up, I believe. Let's see. 3407 left. Yeah, look at that. Most of that is 3407. Like, I think this was maybe... Looks like I'm about a third of the way in, which means 2/3 is 3407, so I need to add half of that. Like, what, 5,500 for a level up? And here, we are at, like, 2/3, and 1/3 is 2591. Like, it's not quite accurate, but, like, this is probably, like, 7,000 experience for the level, and this is, like, 5,500. But look at how much fatter this is. They both have a lot of defense. This one has more special defense, and then Uranium has higher attack stats. God, they are so sturdy, though. Yeah, look at this thing. 20,000 experience difference at this point. I'm gonna heal, and then we're gonna go... I might have already healed, and I'm doing this a second time. That's fine. And then I'm gonna go just fight the... I think I have a rival battle before the gym. Like, when I get to the gym, I'm gonna fight my rival type thing. No? Did I already do that? No, maybe I already did that. Never mind. So we just have the ANISTAR City Gym. I'm just gonna save before I go in. This is such a cool gym. Like, how you just, like, step there and then the whole thing turns into... Like, that's so cool. Like, just... What a cool transition. Like, I love that. It's every time. Oh man, I love that they came up with that. That's so cool. Oh, can't go that way. Gotta go this way. Yeah, I'm gonna... After the battle ends, I'm gonna be doing my usual, like, Pokemon to me and, you know, stuff like that, and then wrap it up. So, it'll be winding down once the gym battle is won. Give me physical attack. Nah, special attack, okay. No! How dare they? Okay, well, I know that special attacks will do more, so I'm just gonna hit it with Moonblast. Yeah. Okay, well, now Marble's 45, so it's actually... Or no. Yeah? Yeah, okay, wait. We don't need that. Lazy Kate. Yeah, so now that Marble's there, it's actually back to Uranium. Uranium leads for the gym battle. There we go. Now we're in the green zone. I ran the one path that obviously could not be used. Okay, there's multiple portals. This is such a cool gym. I don't know where I'm going, but it's cool. Oh, there's somebody. Is Alexa gonna play it? Oh, I thought there was gonna be Eternal Flower Floette. Like, I saw them say, go Floette, and I was like, this could be bad. No, normal Floette makes more sense than legendary equivalent Floette. Ow. That's just rude. Oh, and you're bulky. There's a bulky Floette. Okay, so they're definitely going to use Lava Plume again. It's not very effective against Carnelian, Silica, or Garnet. I'm going to switch to Carnelian. I'm just going to use Hyperspace Hole. I don't trust Cut to kill here, because that thing does seem to have decent defense. Oh no. Oh wait, I think I actually do know some of them. I did at one point, because I was curious what it was, and I no longer remember. Wheel, 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 wheel. Lazy pie with a jump luff. I have poison jab. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, that makes sense. That's gonna be neutral. That actually did decent damage. Ow. Okay, so we're switching again. I don't know to who. Where's my best special defense? Because the Hurricane does a lot of damage. Silica seems to be the play. They're not going to use Glare again. Oh, but that would have been not very effective against Garnet, though, because of the electric type. This thing's annoying. Alright, it's fine. We can fall back. I don't really have a good move to use against it, but it's okay, because they're going to turn into the flying type. It's not very effective damage. I'm going to disappear. Oh, but that's a normal type move. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I can use Surf, because most of his attacks, Surf will do neutral damage. It's bulky. I never had cherry berries, but I do have lums. Is that where I came from? This feels like where I came from. Yeah, because I would have run up. Fought them. So I go down here. And then that takes me up to the next level up. And then this just has a trainer. I think this will be the last trainer. Try Meko. That's fine because I'm using special attack. Oh, that's bad for them. I have Rocky Helmet. Oh no, goodbye Trimeco. And you did like no damage. That was devastating for them. Okay, so I go down. Oh. Never mind, there was actually another trainer. This gym actually had a decent... Oh my god. Oh, but Aegislash can't change form. But its stats are random, so I don't know that it's defensive. Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse. Goodbye, Aegislash. It's interesting that, yeah, Aegislash wouldn't be able to change form, but if it could, I wonder how that would even work. Okay, so that takes me to the gym leader. Does this path take me to anything? No. Here we are. Olympia time. Such a cool gym. A very over-the-top gym badge, though. Gliscor. This is also a really sick battlefield. Just that you're on like a swirling galaxy-looking space. Like this just looks so cool. All right, I'm gonna roost first turn. So I don't know what she's got. She has Heat Wave. That's bad for me. Oh no, that was enough to one-shot. That thing's special attack's crazy. I actually really liked Uranium. Okay, well, Garnet doesn't take the Heat Wave bad. It's the only move we know it has. I've got Surf. Its special attack wasn't bad. Oh, it has Energy Ball. Oh my god. Okay, it's okay. I can Surf. Gliscor goes down. Dino comes out. I'll swap to Caraway. And then I'm going to Coil. Oh, perfect. Flinch. Yes. Insane experience. Do I go for the flinch? Or do I swap and not risk this thing having a strong attack that just one-shots me? Ooh, that is... It's not a spot I like to be at. I'm gonna go for the flinch. It does not kill. Ooh, but we survived that. We lived it. Which means strength is a guaranteed KO. Because it's stronger. Has no chance to miss at all. Yes. Oh my god. I'm still... I am actually upset about the loss of Genesect. Shadow Claw is interesting, though. That's something. Well, I now know... are they gonna fight me afterwards? Hi, Lysander. There's a Team Flare guy there, but I'm gonna go... I'm not gonna do the plot today. The plot happens not today. That's the bulkiest Pokemon I've had. I was so excited to have a really genuinely bulky Pokemon. I'm So sorry, Uranium. You deserve better than me. Like, I think our Seismitoad... I guess Slowbro was pretty bulky. Slowbro was probably the previous bulkiest boy we had. But, like, look at the defense difference here. Literally twice the defense. Slightly higher special defense. The special defense was the weak point, though. And that was what got me was, 4 times super effective and hitting that defense stat of only 64. Oh, man. I was hoping the HP would be enough to tank it. And it was not. What level does Pancham evolve into Pangoro? I want to know. Pancham evolves at level 32 while knowing a dark type move? Oh, with a dark type in your team. I have a dark type in my team. Actually, Pancham evolves immediately. Basically. Comes with Crunch, which is a fighting type move. Or sorry, a dark type move. So I'd immediately have a stab dark type move. This honestly might not be a bad call. I think I'll put Obsidian on the team as the replacement. Do I have the animated one for that line? I don't think so. Alright. Let's just grab those real quick. Pop down to Gen 6. Not a bad... See, like, I'm getting boosted attack. That's not bad for me. Pressure's not bad, but that goes away when I evolve. Are there any attacks that I learn? High School Spear's interesting. Flare Blitz, okay. Retaliate. Oh, Rolling Kick for stab would be nice, just to have a stab fighting move. Get rid of Fairy Lock for that. I have several Pokemon that do learn Shadow Claw. It's weaker than that, technically. I like Fire Fang, honestly, but maybe Shadow Claw would be a better physical option, just because it's slightly stronger, doesn't have a chance to miss, and has a higher chance to crit. It also gives me something against like Psychic types, which is something I don't have right now, and I also don't have anything against like Ghost types. But Fire Fang has actually been pretty useful on my team because I don't have any other Pokemon. Well, actually, I have one Pokemon with a fire attack, but that's still only one. Yeah, give up on that. Carnelian does lean physical. And it's like, if I could get rid of Cut and replace it with Shadow Claw, like I would. Cross Chop has been very nice, and it's been good to me. So I'm gonna keep Shadow Claw on the back burner for now. Ice Fang, interesting. I'm just going to level up Obsidian real quick, just because I would like to have a fully evolved Pangoro on the team. And then I'm going to wrap up. You get smacked. You get smacked. You get smacked. I don't know that I plan to stay in without switching, but... What are these things? It has Steamroller. It's not as scary as it could be. I could Magnitude and just see what happens. Because it doesn't have a scary special attack. It has Shift Gear, it has Steamroller, it has Sandstorm. And it has something else that I can't remember right now. Let's just do Magnitude. Let's see how much we do. Get Steamrollered. Don't flinch. Please don't flinch. Nope. Okay. Like, bro, why don't you just use, like, Sandstorm? Oh, shifting gear. I just want to see how much I can do with a good Magnitude if I get one. 7. Not a ton. Not a ton of damage there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna swap to Garnet. Yeah, now you use Sandstorm. Oh, Slam. That was the other move. What do we got? Another Nidoking. Ooh, magnitude 8. Let's go. Ah. Ah, that was so close. It's fine. And then no matter what for the next fight, I'm just gonna swap. That should be enough to level up, which would be enough to evolve. I need a bad influence. I have a bad influence. Obsidian, you need to look one last time at where you're starting to know where you are ready to go. Magnitude 7, my god. You, little guy, are gonna get slapped in the back of the head. This will boost my special attack, which will boost the slap. And I think that'll be enough to evolve. Oh, it's not. That had to have been like just less. 206, yeah. Literally any other of the spawns on this route would have been enough. Alright, nope. Swapping. It's time. Pangoro time. I really like Pangoro. One of my favorite Pokemon from Kalos. Alright, now what is Obsidian like? Guts? Ooh. Oh my god, that's good. So, not particularly fast. Not super bulky. HP is higher than Garnet. Attack is higher than Garnet's special attack. Slightly. Okay, wait, here, let's just see. Where am I looking like I'll be? So I'm looking like I'll have about 160 HP at level 50. About 100 attack at level 50. Which, if we look at Silica in comparison, we're going to be lower on both HP and attack than Silica is. We'll probably be at like 82 special attack. So like we could kind of go mixed attacker if we wanted to. The thing is, Obsidian also has guts, and that's huge. Because that's like a 50% boost, I think. So I would have roughly 100 attack, which would be more like 150, which is higher than where Silica is at level 50. As long as I am like burnt or poisoned or something. Slightly dangerous, but effective. Looking at like 85 special defense. Did I do defense? I did not. So, yeah, like 85 special defense, about 121 defense. So, I would have more defense than Silica has either defense. And my special defense would be about Silica's defense. So, bulk would be similar to Silica, but with less health, since I'm looking to be about 160. And then speed, I'm looking to be about 90. Which would be pretty slow. Compared to everyone else on the team. So, Obsidian's stats aren't crazy. The Guts boost could be really clutch. But who knows? We also might just have good move options. So I'm going to take a look and see what we have TM-wise. Because I do have TM Sanity on, so anything that the first stage would learn, the second stage learns. But the second stage also has a chance to learn literally any of the other moves. So Topsy-Turvy, interesting. We get access to Hyperspace Hole. Everyone wants that, apparently. Tailwind, Astonish. We get Roost. It's not bad. Leaf Blade would be so sick if I learned it. Confide. Runs Moonblast. Yeah, still gets Flare Blitz, which very strong option. I was kind of hoping I would get Ice Shard. I get Wrap, Psyshock. Everyone on my team learned Psyshock. Is Psyshock? What is TM69 normally? Okay, it's not like it's Protect. I was wondering if it was like Protect or something, and that, you know, everything learns it. Feint Attack, which is weaker than Crunch, so we've got Crunch, and that's good. Still gets Retaliate. Has access to Strength, so we have a possible, like another possible Strength user. Not the craziest, but not bad. I have a Fist Plate I could give. Icicle Plate, I have a Dark Gem. I'm trying to think of what I want to give as a hold item. I do have an Assault Vest. And I don't really have any status moves right now, so the Assault Vest could be worth it. Because now my defense and my special defense are basically... Okay, so my special defense is technically higher than my defense right now. At 102. So this just makes Obsidian more bulky. She is a lot bulkier this way than she was. I'm going to put magnitude down below because it's not a known value. So not bad. And we have guts. I don't have like a held item that works with guts at this time, but that would be really cool if I do get one. You know, maybe I could give her a flame orb or something, or toxic orb. But let's go back over and heal. So what is so our next level up move also is at level 42. So we're literally 2 levels away from where I'd normally learn Crunch. We came with Crunch, which means that the move we learned there... Well, actually, no, because that was before we evolved. The move we learned there may be stronger than Crunch, may be weaker. I can't really know yet. Alright, I am going to swap Obsidian and Garnet, because Garnet has areas in the same level block. I think I have food, so I can feed Obsidian. So that's what I'm going to do to start, is I'm just going to feed Obsidian. Hello. Here's some food. I also love how, like, she's like, I don't care. She's like, It's funny, my so my original Pangoro was female as well, and her name was Panchampion. And she evolved after I got my Greninja, because my Greninja is a dark type on my team. And she was on my base team, was one of my favorite members of my team. And, like, I already liked Pancham a lot, just design-wise. Pangoro became one of my favorite Pokemon from the generation, just by having it on my team like that. Yeah, it's only ever been in as recent a game as Sword and Shield. Pangoro has not been, or has not made an appearance outside of Sword and Shield on the Switch. But Pangoro will soon, so that's exciting, because that's gonna be showing up in PLZA realistically. Okay, you two are full, so you don't need that. Alright, Caraway. And we're going to be doing the berry picker today, and then we're going to, again, end with one puzzle in the Unlimited puzzle. Maybe 2 if my run goes really bad on the puzzle. Alright. Oh, I missed. Ooh, ooh. Oh no! Alright, that's fine. Almost. I did not hit 40. But I did break 30 for sure. 37. That's a 4.5. Alright. I don't know. Somehow that worked. No. No, I missed. What was it, like 34, maybe? Yep. I need to add my Bansham to my team. I forgot to do that. And evolve into Pangoro. Alright. Boop. No. What is it, like 36? 37? Again? Okay. This is such a tough one. Crap. Oh no. That was bad. I really threw that at the end. I choked. Yeah, 33. So I guess the next stream is going to be raw. I like peeked ahead to see where I'm headed. Next stream is just going to be like raw plot progression, which is going to be scary because that's going to be some challenging battles that aren't like gym matches. So I'm not super excited for how those are going to go. But hopefully they'll be fine. Alright, that's all of the stuff I can do for you. I think Gardevoir was in there, and who's the other one? Rotom? Yes. Okay, Gardevoir's next in line. Another one. One more. Yeah, I often find myself wondering, like, what is PLZA going to be like as a game? Just fundamentally. Just, you know, playing Pokemon X is just really, like, leaving me thinking, like, oh, man, what is PLZA going to be like? Like, what is the overall structure of this game going to be like? Because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's going to be exactly like Pokemon Legends Arceus, but in Kalos. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that it's going to have a similar structure. Like, there's nothing to suggest that the Legends series is always going to be structured like it is. I think what I see being the more likely case is that Legends is going to be where they experiment on concepts that they want to see if they want to put into like the other games. And it's a place where they can experiment without it being overly multiplayer. Maybe even this one could be multiplayer. I don't know, but my guess is going to be primarily a single player story. Similar to, you know, Pokemon Legends Arceus. But that's like where I think the similarities will end. I could see them fully just committing to Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be like if they gave a plot to the battle frontier or something. They could do that. Who knows? Like, it's a series with one game in it, like the Pokemon Legends games. There's literally one game in that series. Pokemon Legends Arceus. So you can't really say that there's a pattern that they'll follow. There's no evidence that it will just be Legends Arceus, but in Kalos. It could be an entirely different thing. It could be some new experimental format that they haven't done in a game yet. Who knows? And I think that would be well within reason. I'm really excited to see more when they do decide to show it, because I just want to know, like, what is this game gonna be? Because you know, it could be so many different things. All you know is it's gonna have megas, but there's so much room for other stuff to be there. I'm really curious. I'm really excited to see like what direction it ends up being taken. I think that was it. Yeah. No more. All right, we're gonna go to Caraway, and then we're gonna do one run of Puzzle Unlimited. Which I've only ever gotten to 4 stars. Okay. Okay. Nice and easy. Nice. I'm getting better at paying attention to what's in the piece, like not just the borders, so that I can put things where they're supposed to go. Oh, that was the wrong one. Well, this goes over here. This, there. Ah, this goes here. This over here. These swap. Bottom piece. Side. 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 Okay. See, look at that. Begin. Okay, medium. That's probably there, yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm throwing. That was bad. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This one was bad. That was a rough one. I really I really messed up a bunch of that one. Okay. I don't know if I can do this one. Not confident we're doing 9. That's it. Oh, man. Look at it. Like 3 stars. Dang. Alright, that was my 1. I flubbed it in the middle. That's all you got there. Oh my god, did I max my Skuntank today? Wow, okay. That's 3 Pokemon at max affection. Look at that. And these 2, I think, got the bonuses. Oh, you know what? It's probably based on who's in the final puzzle you do in the unlimited run, because it was swapping between Pokemon. That's an unfortunate set of ones to finish on, because that only got affection for Carrawhite then. That's okay. Marble gets to be the affection lead now. But hey, that was a lot. A lot happened that stream. I am sad that we lost our Genesect. I was really happy with Uranium. I thought, oh man, this thing is so tanky. It's such a wall. It has so much health. There's no way anything takes it out. And then, of course, a really high special attack Heat Wave Gliscor shows up. What? And I outsped to use Roost. So I technically could have gotten an attack off if I used one, but I just was not expecting the Heat Wave, let alone for that Heat Wave to have enough special attack to just nuke this thing. Because, like, it didn't have good special defense, but its hit points at 200. 200 hit points at level 40. That's so much health. It was not enough. Like, I want to know how much health... So it definitely had more than like 95 base HP, because level 40 to hit 205-ish. Yeah, like, for example, a Pokemon with 95 base hit points gets a maximum of 162-ish. Like 161 to 162 HP is the maximum it could have with EVs. That's with EVs at level 50. So I'm going to look at Pokemon. Based on their HP. So I found something. Found Wailord. Wailord has 170 base HP. So at level 50, it maxes at 277. Honestly, it was close to Wailord. Close to Wailord in base HP. Base defense was well above Wailord. Base defense was probably closer to like 60. And then base special defense was within like Wailord range. So this thing was bulkier than Wailord. The only thing working against it was that dang 4 times weakness to fire. Oh man, that was tragic. But yeah, no, I'm happy with this team. I'm looking forward to seeing how the plot unfolds. We have a series of battles. Literally, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 major battles with no gym leaders. Then Professor Sycamore, then Arrival, then Arrival, then Arrival, then the final gym leader. So we are so many battles, like big battles too, away. It's crazy from the last gym badge. So that's literally all of next episode is just going to be me fighting for my life. But yeah, thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way is cool with me as long as you had some fun. That said, I'm going to go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. So, again, thank you so much. I will hopefully be streaming this coming Wednesday, and then again next Saturday with more Pokemon X. Yeah. Thanks so much. Goodbye. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm stopping it.